beautiful people, and welcome to video 7 in my series Think and Grow Rich. And this video is all about unleashing your wealth superpowers. So let's jump straight into it. Reading chapter 6 in Napoleon Hill's book was a great pleasure, as this chapter is all about imagination, which is right up my alley. I've been fascinated with imagination, creativity, and innovation for many years now. And so I've been on my own journey of researching these topics, exploring creativity and innovation, practicing it, and also teaching others how they can think creatively and come up with innovative ideas. And so I'm really excited about sharing the content of this chapter with you in this video. So I'll start by saying that as humans, we are very, very unique. If you look at all the animals that exist on this planet, we are the only one with that amazing capability to imagine and create. I mean, just look at everything around us, right? Everything we use on a daily basis without sometimes thinking a lot about it. For example, we can jump on an airplane and fly to a faraway country. We can use our smartphone to speak with someone who is thousands of miles away from us. We can see them on the screen and speak with them as if they're really close to us. We can get in our car and drive somewhere. We can watch TV. We can do so many amazing things that are possible only because of our ability to imagine and create. And now there's something I have to mention, because often people use imagination and creativity interchangeably as if they are the same thing, where in fact they're different. And so let's explore what each one of them means so we are on the same page. So imagination is our ability to imagine things that are not here now, that are not happening now in front of our eyes. We can imagine something that happened in the past, so we can relive a memory from the past. We can imagine something that's going to happen in the future. For example, maybe we have an important meeting happening tomorrow, and we can imagine what's going to happen in the meeting. Or maybe we're going to imagine what's going to happen in the holiday we're going to take in 2 months' time. Or we might imagine us riding on a dragon, or having a conversation with aliens on a remote planet. Our imagination has no boundaries. We can imagine whatever we want, right? As opposed to that, creativity is about taking an idea, something we imagine, and bringing it to life. So making it something tangible. This is why it's called creativity. It's from the word create, to create. So while we can imagine us on a remote planet having lunch with aliens, it's not something we can create. So this is the difference between imagination and creativity. Creativity comes into play in the sense that we take an intangible idea and turn it into a reality, that we have a way to turn that idea into a reality. Now, sometimes that idea might seem impossible, might seem crazy, but we can still make it happen. If we look at airplanes, for example, when people started working on creating airplanes, most other people call them crazy, right? They thought that this is an impossible idea, that it can't happen. They can't create a flying machine. This is ridiculous. And so sometimes what some people will call a crazy idea, something that is impossible, will be in fact possible. And Walt Disney actually said, if you can dream it, you can do it. And this is what he has done. If you think about it, Mickey Mouse, for example, started with a thought, with a dream. He dreamed about Mickey Mouse, this lovely mouse, and how it's going to be in different animation pictures. And he drew that mouse, and he started working into bringing that to life, right? And creating animated movies with this mouse. And also, if you think about the theme park, Disneyland, this started as an idea of creating the happiest place on earth, somewhere that people will come and be immersed with this beautiful, amazing experience of joy and happiness and excitement. And what started as an idea in his mind, in Walt Disney's mind, became a reality. He brought it to life. He created that theme park which people still enjoy going to today, long after he passed away, which is amazing. And so this is how, as humans, we have this special capability to imagine and create. And this is how it relates to the whole concept of the book, Think and Grow Rich, because that concept is that we think about something, about a goal that we want to achieve. And it doesn't necessarily have to be wealth, but we start with an idea, with something that we want to achieve. And then we take that thought, that intangible thought, and create a reality out of that, create something tangible out of that idea. And there is a process we need to follow in order to make it happen. So I'll mention the 5 different steps, and then we'll get into details for each one of them. So the first one is have an idea, right? You have to start with having an idea. And the second one is turn that idea into a clear and defined purpose or goal. Then the third step is to have a strong desire to translate this purpose into a reality. You have to really deeply want to make it happen. And then the fourth step is to create a plan as to how you're going to make it happen. And the fifth step is acting on this plan, actually taking the steps to do this plan. So let's dive into each one of these steps to get a better understanding on what each one of them means. So the first one is coming up with an idea. And this is where you need to expose yourself to different stimuli. You need to get some inspiration, see what exists already, what other people are doing, and maybe come up with an idea based on things that you want to change, things that you're not happy with. You might not be unhappy with something that's going on in your life, whether it's related to wealth or maybe other aspects in your life, and then you want to change it, and you have an idea about how you want your life to be, how you want your future life to be. So it's all start with an idea in terms of what you want to happen, what change you want to bring to your life. And often people say that we need to be satisfied with what we have, we need to be happy with what we have. But something, I think that's not true, because if we were just happy with everything that we have, we were just satisfied with the way things are, we would never create new things, and we wouldn't have all the wonderful things that we enjoy today. Because people create when they are dissatisfied with the current state, when they want to create a change, when they want to change the status quo, or they want to create a better future, a preferable future. This is when we create, when we are dissatisfied with the situation, not when we are fully happy and don't want to change anything. And this is why I think the message about just be happy with everything, just be satisfied all the time is not the right message. I actually call it being happily dissatisfied. So be happy, be grateful for what you have, but at the same time, you can be dissatisfied with some aspects in your life. And then you create things to make it better. You create the change that you want to see in the world or in your life. And so the first step is to come up with an idea of what you want to change, what kind of life you want to have, what you want to create for yourself. And then the second step is clearly articulate and define your purpose or goal. So you really need to sit down with yourself and write on a piece of paper, what is your defined goal? What is it that you want to achieve? You have to be really, really clear about it. And if you need some help with this step, if you need some guidance in terms of understanding what is your purpose, what it is that you want to achieve, what is the change that you want to see in the world, then I'll put a link in the description below to my guide, The Blueprint to the Life You've Always Dreamed of, as this will guide you through the process you need to follow in order to find out, discover that purpose. So once you know your purpose and you articulated it clearly, then you need to develop a strong desire to translate that purpose, that goal, into a reality. And in one of the previous videos, I spoke about how you do that. So You actually imagine in your mind, you imagine yourself already in that future. You imagine yourself already that person that achieved that thing. And so because you constantly imagine yourself in that state, you repeat it every day, then your desire to reach that state grows. And it's important because you need that strong desire to take action, because that journey of turning your idea into a reality is not an easy journey. You're going to have hurdles and challenges. For example, I spoke about Walt Disney. So Walt Disney got rejected hundreds of times when he spoke about his idea to create a theme park, for example. He got rejected right, left, and center. No one believed in his idea and in creating such a theme park. So you'll face similar challenges, right? Nothing goes smoothly. You're gonna face rejection, you're gonna face challenges and difficulties. And this is why it's so important to have that strong desire within you that will keep you going. So that was the third step, to develop that strong desire to make it happen. And then step number 4 is about creating a plan. And this is where our creative thinking comes into place, because we started with an idea, which is our imagination, right? We imagine something. And now we need to use our creative thinking to come up with a plan. So we need to think, okay, this is what I want to achieve. This is my well-defined purpose and goal. How do I turn it into a reality? And this is where you need to think, what do I need to do? Who do I need to involve? Who do I need to collaborate with? Can I learn from someone who already done that particular thing that I need to do? You really need to think creatively on what steps you can take to make it happen. And it's okay not to have all the knowledge that you need. And I spoke about it in the previous video, because you can get that knowledge that you need very, very easily and cheaply. You can find out either the people who already have that knowledge that you need, or you can learn it from books or online courses or whatever it might be. So don't hold yourself back because of lack of knowledge, as you can gain that knowledge quite easily and quickly. So use your creative thinking to come up with a plan. And by the way, creative thinking is a skill that you can develop as well. And if you want me to create a video where I teach you how to develop your creative thinking, then let me know in the comments and I can create such a video. And the 5th step is to act on that plan. So now that you have a plan, you need to act on it. You need to start taking the steps required to turn it into a reality. You can't just sit there and wait for it to happen. So these are the 5 steps that you need to follow in order to take an idea that you imagine, something that is intangible, just a thought in your mind, just energy that exists in your mind, and turn it into something tangible, into a reality, into your new reality, into the future that you desire to have for yourself. And if you follow that, you'll manage to make it happen, right? If you do all these steps, I'm sure you'll reach success. Nothing will stand in your way. And I'll put a link in the description below to the workbook of this Think and Grow Rich video series, as you'll find the information there, and also the task you need to do in order to turn your purpose and goal into a reality. You'll find everything you need to know in order to create a better future for yourself. So if you haven't done so already, you can download that workbook now. And this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.